If you're someone who gets easily overwhelmed by how hands-on you have to be in order to be successful with your finances, then listen up. Today's video tackles making your finances as simple as possible, meaning automating your finances. So let's get your money simplified and let's get into it. Hello there, I'm Caleb. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to improve your finances and master your budget, then start now by hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Finances can be complicated and overwhelming, especially if you don't consider yourself a numbers person. And simplification is one of the most important ways to improve your finances and your money habits. Donald Miller is a business leader that wrote one of my favorite books called Building a Story Brand. In it, he emphasizes that if a message to customers is too complicated or confusing, it causes the brain to burn too many calories and zone out. He argues that simplifying the message is the most effective way to connect with customers. Well, this is what we want to do with our finances. If our money is too complicated, it causes us to burn too many calories and likely zone out, leaving our financial well-being in many ways to chance. This is why people have a hard time budgeting. Too complicated, and resultantly why America has so much debt per household. It's far easier to swipe the credit card when your view of finances is that it's too hard to track. Having said that, let's look at 4 ways that you can automate your finances so that it's as simple as possible. Our number 1 money simplification is Autopay. Listen, I don't send out a single check during the month for bills. I have set up automatic bill pay for every single bill we have. My life is much simpler because of it. I don't have to remember when the bills are due. I just have to make sure that the money is budgeted for each bill. With most companies, you can set up automatic bill pay on their website or by talking with them on the phone. You can do it pretty easily through your card, or you can do an ACH transfer by connecting your bank account with your utilities account or whatever your bill you're trying to pay. Be careful because a lot of companies will charge you a processing fee if you're paying with a card. If the company you owe doesn't have auto pay, then you can many times set up automatic bill pay through your bank. You tell the bank what to send to the company every month and they'll cut a check and send it on your behalf. And at the same time every month. This is my favorite form of automation because bills are exhausting to remember and take care of, at least for me. Number 2, automate your investing. America is severely lacking in their savings for retirement. According to an article on Investopedia, the average American 60-something has just over $182,000 stashed away in their 401k. This is not enough to retire on. So we want to automate our investing so that we set ourselves up properly for retirement. And the easiest way to do this is by investing in your employer's retirement plan, like a 401k or a TSP, for example. Every paycheck you get will be after retirement savings have been withheld and invested. You don't even see it hit your bank, which makes it really easy to save for retirement. You can also set up automatic transfers to your Roth IRA if you'd like to do even more tax-advantaged investing. Number 3, automate budgeting. Now this isn't a fully automated point, but it is one that you can at least partially automate. For one, if you use an app like EveryDollar or YNAB, each new month's budget will take information from the last month in order to make the new month that much simpler. In EveryDollar, as I'm preparing my September budget, all I have to do is say copy August budget. Then all I have to do with September is modify the categories slightly so that they reflect what I expect the month's finances to look like. And for YNAB, I really like the information that it provides when you're setting up your next budget. It can give you information like what you normally budget for that category, what you spent last month in that category, and what your average spending is in that category. But the real automated part is that with each app, for a small fee, you can link up your budget to your bank account. Mint actually does this for free, but you have to deal with some ads on their app. As each transaction comes in, all you have to do is drag and drop into the category that you want. It makes it super simple for tracking expenses, especially if you find it difficult to do on a regular basis. 4, automate transfers to designated bank accounts. This can be done for literally anything, but the major benefit is doing this to ensure you set aside money for a designated purpose. And when it's a separate bank account, it's harder to spend on anything but that purpose. Maybe it's a vacation fund that you're trying to prepare for. Or for Bailey and I, we transfer money to a separate bank account specifically for giving. It makes it easy to give because a percentage of each paycheck goes into that account specifically for giving. Or one of my favorite reasons for automatic transfers is increasing your debt payoff. Sometimes it can be hard to pay extra on debt, but you know I don't like debt at this point. If you have automatic transfers to move extra money to a separate account specifically for paying down debt, it'll make it that much easier to do and less likely for you to spend it on something else. Now I've got a bonus finance simplification point for you, but first we gotta thank our sponsor. We got a kitten! Hey, Bogus? Bogus. She's a stray that one of my coworkers found in a cornfield, but she needed a home and we don't have a cat yet. Jack loves her so far, he just thinks that she's like a tiny little dog. Hey! Let me tell you, she is not at all a fan of Jack. We named her Jill. Like this video if you think Jill is adorable. The last thing I'd recommend to help simplify your money is to use a debit card instead of a credit card. Now this is aside from the fact that a credit card will allow you to acquire debt. It's because a debit card takes out the middleman when it comes to transactions. When you pay with a credit card, it makes it difficult to know exactly how much money you have in your bank account because you have a balance on your credit card that will need to be paid off. It's misleading if you look at your bank account and you have $1,000 in it if you have a $1,200 credit card balance. But on the other hand, when you use a debit card, you have in your account exactly what you see. You don't have a credit card bill that you have to pay off at the end of the month. And it'll give you the confidence you can afford something instead of having to go to your credit card account and look at how much you owe and when you owe it and all that stuff. I can genuinely say not using a credit card has made our finances much simpler. And you can still use a debit card with many rewards and cashback benefits. So I want to hear from you. What are some ways that you simplify your finances so they're easier to control? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video valuable in any way, then give it a like because it really helps my channel. And hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And remember, money doesn't have to be confusing. You can control it. If you want to see a video about the best budgeting apps, then check out this video up here. And if you'd like to see a playlist of all my money tips, then you can check out this playlist down here.